Greetings, y'all, and welcome. This is Coach Veronica Marie, and the topic today is unconditional love. I want to remind you that I offer one-on-one coaching at veronicamarie.com. You can find me on my social media sites. Just type in Veronica Marie, hashtag Veronica Marie, or veronicamarie.com, and you'll find me there. You can also send me an email at veronicamarie@mail.com. All right. So I'm jumping right on in on the topic of unconditional love. And so right away, I think there's a problem in that phrase, unconditional love, because love itself is unconditional. There are no conditions with love. Love is eternal. Love is a vibration. There's some scriptures that say love is God. Love existed before humanity, before time and space. So there's no way possible for love to be conditional or unconditional. Love is, all right? And if you look at the nature of it, love is God, love is divine, love is a vibration. Every time you come into an experience, a certain kind of experience, it may bring you into contact with the divine, and that is the experience of love. Okay, so if love existed before time, before space, if love is the creative force in this time space reality, then itself is without conditions. Let's say that it just is. It is without conditions. Now, connection is conditional. Connection depends on like frequency. Connection depends upon alignment. Connection depends on what is going on within the connection itself, right? So, connection is conditional. You can place conditions on a connection and still love. So when I hear people saying love is action, no, love is not action, but you may show action because you love. You may also show action when you don't love because you are love. Let me give you an example. So because you are love, you have maybe a care for humanity. So if you see a person laying on the ground bleeding, you're going to act maybe to call 911 and such. That doesn't mean you love the person or that you are experiencing love. You are experiencing concern. And that concern means something to you. And that is why you act. My point is, love is not action. Love is a vibration. Love is the divine. Love is a state of being. Love exists without conditions. And therefore, nothing a person can do or stop doing will make you stop loving them. You can lose fondness for them. Absolutely. You can not want to be in connection with them. Absolutely. So I think instead of talking about unconditional love, we need to talk about connection. A lot of people have these preconceived ideas about what connections should be and shouldn't be. And a lot of it is coming from their traumatized childhood. Somebody wasn't there for them, so they believe love should always be there. Somebody made a choice for their mental health and didn't do a thing. And so they think that you should be sacrificing your mental health for their wellness or something to that effect. The list goes on and on and on. And so these inaccurate perceptions and ideas about love will make you apply them to relationships. A lot of people, they will try to hold a connection hostage by saying, I thought you loved me, but you said you were always going to be here. They forget or didn't ever know that connection is conditional. Love is not, right? But these people who do have this type of reasoning, I can tell that they don't connect well with themselves because they themselves are existing in conditions that are not doing their mental any service. They themselves endure past their mental wellness. They themselves suppress themselves. They suppress their own emotions. They don't come forward and make decisions that they need to make in their lives. And so they think you should be doing the same thing. How dare you disconnect from me? We're supposed to be in love. But I submit to you that connection is conditional and alignment is so important. Not just alignment on commonalities, things that we like together, but alignment in life purpose and worldviews and mental processing. The list goes on and on and on. When you begin to find that you are out of alignment, it makes sense to transition and shift into something that works better. That's wise. But most people don't like that. They can't handle that. And so those kind of situations become very difficult and they fall back on, well, you said you loved me and love is unconditional. I still love you. However, I have a life to create. And this connection, within this connection, I am not creating what I want to create. So I need to reassess. This is every human's creative power to manifest a life of wellness, of health, of contentment, of joy. And you cannot manifest that if you don't see that love itself exists without conditions, but connection is conditional. And the conditions depend on the person. Every person may not have the same conditions. You could do something in one connection and they still will stay connected. And you could do the same thing to another person and they could say no right away. I don't like this and disconnect. That's why it's important to choose aligned relationships, spaces where you see things very similarly, because then even the shift is going to be problems. Even a transition is going to be problematic. So the self-work here, because I always like to leave you with self-work. The self-work is to examine where you are trying to engage in unconditional connection, but saying you do that because you love, and rework that. I love them, and I also want to exist in this unconditional connection. Now, here's the next question. If you are choosing an unconditional connection, is it serving your highest good? Is it benefiting your mental wellness? Is it inspiring your heart, breathing life into it? Is it bringing forward experiences that feel like what you want them to feel like? And if it's not, I encourage you to reassess the unconditional approach you have to that connection. I didn't say leave it or break it. I said reassess it. And if you're with a mature individual, you can talk about it as well. And here's the follow-up question. Where are you expecting others to be in an unconditional connection with you? What are some things that have happened in your past where a person disconnected from you and you got really upset because you felt they shouldn't have? Can you see how it was within their right and wellness to do that? Are you ready to let go the grudge that you have against them? How can this teaching lead you into a healed experience? That's the question. So, reiterating, if I wasn't clear from the beginning, love itself exists outside of time and space. I would say it is without conditions, or as most people put it, love is unconditional, but connection is not unconditional. Connection depends on conditions, and the conditions depend on the individuals involved. That is it for today. My name is Coach Veronica Marie. If you want to work on the way you see love and come out of some grudges and some hard spaces, if you're really ready to grow, then sign up for a session on my website. Also, every Monday at 8:30, not next Monday, but the Monday after, Monday the 24th, I will continue Soulful Conversations. In Soulful Conversations, we talk about how to really touch the soul through communication and not just communicate about things. You can communicate about experiences in a way that is effective. You can still get the replays to those. You will have to send me an email. I'll send you a payment link and I'll get you all of the links we've had so far. And that is it for today. You can send in, post any comment, questions, and such, and I'll be sure to answer them. I'll talk to you soon.